There we go.
Well, I suppose we get Tiny in one way or another. It's going to be a Tiny pickup. You got a lot of experience with this hero.
Yeah, Tiny is a hero that I love love for, but interesting to see it in this matchup. Very often we see it paired with the Wisp, but this time it's not going to be. And another important thing to note here is that Fada, he's going to be the one playing the Beastmaster. He has played it a lot in the past. So.
He loves his mech-based heroes, but this then means that the Storm Spirit gets into the hands of bo2. And are you running a Wisp Storm off lane, or do you switch the lanes around and say, you know what, Cloud9, go aggro? Can you actually get away with aggro up against like Shaman and Wyvern?
It's tough to say. I mean, Wisp is always a very potent laner, and when you have Bane, you could potentially go for an aggro tri-lane, because you can do a lot with just a Nightmare.
5 seconds
I'm
remaining.
not sure about this. It does make for kind of gimmicky lanes to have Beastmaster played by a Fada here. Safer would have been to put bo2 offlane on that hero, but we'll see how it plays out.
And that's only if they do stick to their laning, and it looks like they're going to. It looks like Fada is going to be going in towards that middle lane.
Offlane Storm it is.
Okay, now he's built for the bottle, so that's why it's going to be him on the middle lane. So we get ourselves into our game, the first game of the day to kick us up. Welcome everyone on the main stream, and of course anywhere else around the world tuning in on the stream platform, YouTube, and look at the slide style.
Yeah,
Waga's got it on his screen.
Very beautiful Storm just sliding ahead. But welcome to everyone, of course, Dota lovers out there. And aggressive movement here by C9 running into enemy jungle. Of course, everyone is pretty used to scouting this, so KYX were in a good position to just check for this.
C9's got the numbers with them, and they wouldn't mind a level 1 fight. It may not be the most brilliant thing in the world. And they just get the Observer Ward down. They do it from the other side of the tree line to keep it a little bit more secret, which is kind of funny after watching what Cloud9 did when that same ward was placed yesterday.
Yeah.
The 3-century moment where they did not find the Obs Ward. Yeah. And in fact, look at the pick. It's exactly on top of the Obs.
They're like, yeah, it has to be this ward again. This damn ward.
There was the ward Fnatic placed. Because it was Cloud9 trying to de-ward it. Not Fnatic.
It was not Fnatic. It was...
I
can't remember who it was that placed it.
Oh, well. The morning brain's kicking in.
Yeah, there were
Someone get me coffee. I need coffee.
All right. So Kitchigemba is going to help out by blocking mid lane a little bit. Mushi realizes he's not going to get a rune. Actually, both bounties going the way of C9 in this game. No contesting at all.
Well, thank you very much for Nox answering my question we were talking about during the drafting phase. Knowing that Gyrocopters weren't picking up as many Divine Rapiers, but Eternal Envy is Rapier Man. He picked one up yesterday up against Na'Vi.
I like this aggressive play by Fada here on the mid. Mushi taking a lot of damage from just a base damage of Beastmaster.
It's kind of funny though, he's taking all this damage, but his consumables are very, very low. He'll have to almost bring out another sound to himself to stay in this lane.
Yeah.
Or he just gets it from Johnny. That's another way.
Yeah, some support coming his way. And of course, beginning is very important for Shadow Fiend in the laning stage. If you can get those quick early last hits, then it's going to be much easier to keep laning. And speaking of hard lanings, top lane, Storm realizes that his lane is pretty difficult, so he stacked his small cap actually, ready to pull that and deny him.
Kerchak actually came over to try and actually get rid of it. Now bo2, he doesn't have enough damage for this, even with the overload. But the Shadow Shaman does drop very, very low. Initially, he attempted to body block it, but then left a sentry ward behind.
Yeah.
So he'll be blocked for future opportunities.
That's good. He can't stack it anymore now, but it's already a double stack, so bo2 is still not doing too bad. He can reset the lane now if he just walks and pulls the next creep wave, which he is going to do. Mid, we just see the battle of the supports. This is very much a 2v2 lane. And they decide to go for the Wisp and Jericho off lane.
Misery, Mushy, he's only got one level up in the rage as a Misery turns around for one rage, and there's the second on the maximum range. The Shadow Fiend did get the first kill before Fader was able to turn around and get a revenge.
Yeah, I think he could actually have pursued to get the double kill there, Fader, since he has like... How much movement speed does he have on him? He has 25 more movement speed than the Winter Wyvern. But in the end, he plays it safe, backs out, and very good for him, of course, to get a return kill on the Shadow Fiend.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
That's going to be nice power levels for him. Obviously, the SF had to split his levels between himself and the Wyvern.
He got the first blood, though, so that's still very big for him.
Yeah.
I think both teams are happy with that. There's no downside for anyone.
And Mushy can get his bottle from this, and without that first blood, he still would have been waiting a little bit longer, where Fada was able to grab his very early on, primarily because he was rushing for it. So it's the best of both worlds, and in fact, Johnny even TPs the bottle into Mushy.
Yeah, very nice to have that express courier service by your teammates.
KOXY is getting a lot of farm on this top lane.
Yeah.
He's third team 3. In fact, all 3 lanes currently are being won by Fnatic based on just pure CS, if we go on that.
CS-wise, they're doing really well. Trying to kill top, tossing, not tossing it back, actually.
Have they got enough? They need a couple more pumps, and there it is.
Wow, that was so close to him living.
Shadow Sharp had the damage. Meanwhile, in mid lane, SF's going to pop again. Johnny also looking too healthy with that double damage rune over on Fada. Notal was supporting him, and if you want a good experienced Wisp, Notal is one of the best.
Yeah, he definitely is. Him and EGM and some other players as well, and Wisp are just so amazing to watch. And he came in there helping out the DD, and they were able to just punch down. So the CS-wise is looking good for Fnatic, but the mid lane dying twice already on Shadowfiend.
Yeah, this is really problematic.
They're
going to fall behind, and yeah, why not? When you got Notal there, you can't follow through with the Axis. They are level 2, but the ball slow isn't enough to slow down Mushy, enough to keep Fader right on his tail.
They realized the Winter Wyvern is going to be coming right around there. He didn't have any level in Cold Embrace yet, though, so maybe they could have killed it, but better to play it safe. Don't throw away the 2-0-1 start that you have on this Beastmaster. Just keep snowballing and get to level 6 early. That's when you really start punishing people.
I'm actually wondering what the Splinter Blast is for. Is that to get rid of the boars?
Maybe to kill the Hawk as well. When it gets summoned, he can be quick and kill it. Either way, it's a pretty strong spell. It deals a lot of damage for a level 1 nuke, 100 damage. So, bottom lane, with this Invis rune, maybe the Wisp can help do something, but I think he's just gonna save it.
Finally, Cloud9 actually have someone on the top of the CS board. Eternal Envy running this off-lane Mango Gyro. But Ohio is still finding some good levels down here as well, even though he's not really getting... He's got 15 CS, so I can't say he's not really fighting CS.
It's all about the mangoes.
It's all about the Denali.
There was a lot of focus on that range creep there. Some nice mind games going on. Even the Cogs trying to get a deny, but Ohio finally giving it up.
With the creep wave onto the tier 1 tower, Fnatic has to back up. They could TP in more support here if Eternal Envy really wants to get over aggressive, but when you've also got a Wisp with an Invis room bottled up, it's so dangerous to try and contest the dive, almost.
Yeah, it really is. It really is. You gotta respect it a little bit more. But they're doing a good job at just winning this bottom lane straight up, and they're pressuring the tower so much, it's actually gonna go down very soon, as they have the Basilius, keep pushing with that extra armor for the creeps.
Haya's trying to counter push it. He did put the 3 points up into the Rocket Flare, so he can get rid of this creep wave nice and quickly.
Yeah. Extra Rocket Flare points is something you skill mostly when you're losing your lane. You will go into that. If you're doing well in your lane or think that you can win it, then of course you're going to get more points into Battery Assault to get the solo kills going. But this is also going to lower his solo kill potential when he is level 6.
Now, how we said Splinter Blast was leveled up for the Hawk. The Hawk managed to move all the way past the Wyvern in the mid, so Johnny was on the other side of the tree line, so the Hawk had a free path in. But you'll notice the fact that Fnatic don't have any stacks for the SF, and this isn't on purpose. Winter Wyvern actually came down trying to actually stack up, and he failed it twice already.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Failing the stack is very big, because Shadowfiend relies heavily on clearing stacks. He can do it so easily. It's very important for him. Oh, Storm actually pops the regen rune immediately here. It's gonna go into the enemy jungle, just looking for some stacks or something to do. Also,
yeah, sorry, it's because he was sharing the bottom of Fader.
Yeah, exactly. Also knowing that he can take the bottom tower here.
Misery in the trees on the top.
Misery is the master at hiding.
Kerchik's walked all the way around. Now they're gonna see the. Well, they don't even see the TP animation.
No, you don't see it. You have to have vision on it to get that. So they're pressuring top really hard with Mushy, but at the same time, bottom tower is going to be taken. So it's just a trade, but mid at the same time. Beastmaster, relentless.
Yep, and bottom is gone. So they say goodbye. Tier 1 for Tier 1. Here's the trade. Misery now in the mid lane too. Is he searching for... Well, he could be looking for just a run in after Fader goes with the Roar. But there's a lot more support coming in for Fnatic as the SF now returns to the middle lane. But bo2 moving over.
If they find the SF here farming his big camp, this could be dangerous, but they're actually going to back up. They don't have too much HP on Storm.
Yep. So even his mana pool is pretty low. He actually consumes the Mango now.
Rip Mango. It did its work. It did its job. Won the game.
It's like he can flash farm, but now where does he go? Where does he go?
He's probably just gonna go and pick up his bottle or back off all the way. Does he have his bottle on the curve? He doesn't. I don't know. He's probably just gonna back then.
That's Fada's bottle.
Yeah.
One he shared before.
He hasn't purchased one yet, but there we go. You have to buy a bottle as a Storm. There's no way you play without it.
That means Cloud9 are playing with 3 of them.
Yep.
Because they've got Wisp, Storm, as well as Beastmaster all walking around with them.
Yeah. 2 is really good. 3 is just, you know, slightly too many bottles, but it can also be... When you have heroes like this, they really rely on it. You can't really skip bottle in any of them.
One of the very rare times we see Fada not going in for a mech as his first item.
Yeah.
Especially as a Beastmaster.
Opting for that.
Oh, Kerchik, the call down. It's going to hurt like hell. They just go over the side. Storm Spirit jumps in, so they take out the Shaman. The nice cog block from Ohio is able to separate the rest of Cloud9, so he can retreat.
That was a very nice call down by Envy. They just split them up nicely. So the aggression still seems that C9 are stronger in every single engagement that we see. But the farm is... they're actually taking over in farm as well. Fnatic had a very good start, but not so much anymore. Yeah,
now Cloud9, like Fnatic are grouping up as, well, 4 and then 1 on the side, while Cloud9 keep themselves very much spread out.
Yeah,
like,
they do.
You got Misery in the mid, you've got like Notel and Envy just having their fun on the bot, and you've even got Fada a very, very long way out in the top lane. And there's a little bit more support in the bot. They're covering all their lanes and jungles nicely.
Yeah, he has been pushing really far on this Beastmaster. And it's important also that the Wisp is almost level 6 now. At that time, you can push even more aggressively with Envy, farm really, really deep into enemy jungle, and know that you can always get pulled out.
Smoke move, bo2 with the Invis rune though is going to break the smoke. So KOXY, there's the smoke off from Johnny as well. They still know someone's there, but they've got no detection.
You can see how they start running in circles. They're like, where is he? Where's the bastard?
Maybe to the trees top lane. Kerchik dropping down. Fader gets a Rourke. A TP away. Mushy. He's got 1 race left, but that won't be enough.
Yeah, not enough to kill there. And we're going to see more action on Ohio. It's initiated upon by bo2 here.
Can't even hook shot. When that Vortex just drags him back by his heels. Yeah. Cloud9 getting the exact start they wanted to, and it's such a critical game for them as well, being so low down in the group stage right now. They need to fight their way for the 3 points. They need a 2-0 victory over Fnatic.
I like their draft. It has the late game. It also has really, really good ganking, and the split push is not bad either. Going into a Necrobook is going to add even more pushing power as well, and they do have a lot of gold on this Beastmaster now from the mid laning. 3-0-1. The fact that you got to kill their top and then TP'd out against 2 heroes meant so much for them.
Is this going to be a Force or a Necro for Fada? I'm assuming Force up goes to the clockwork, but is there...
Oh no, it's most guaranteed a Necro.
It is?
Yeah, I'm pretty positive on that. Like, it's just synergizes so well with Beastmaster. There's no way you want to pass that up. And if Clockwork hooks in on the Beastmaster at least, then you can just pop the Necro, and that's going to tank a lot of the battery assault anyway. So you don't need to get out. Of course, it would be nice to have 1 Force staff, but I don't think Beastmaster is the one to buy it.
I suppose when you also think about the Bane, he's another one of those ones that can mess around with a Clockwork when he wants to initiate.
Yeah, definitely.
Speaking of that, they're trying to initiate onto the bottom lane, and they're thinking they're being watched, but hilariously enough they are, but not in the jungle area.
Oh, they relocate top.
Yep, they're jumping up, they're going Notel very, very low. He needs more time. He's already treated all of his 1 charges. He will end up dropping Ohio. The Cold Embrace keeping him alive. The Eternal Envy shackled up. It's going to be a 2 drop down. They do kill off the SF, but considering that's his 3rd death,
yeah, Shadowfiend can also recover very quickly, so it's fine for him to die in the exchange of 2 enemy heroes, especially the Gyrocopter, of course. We might see more action. Oh, they're gonna...
There's no roar anymore.
Yeah, they have the Fiend script, but he can't get that close to Ohio. That was a little bit of overcommitment by C9 going too deep there. And we saw once again Winter Wyvern and how a defensive spell, the Cold Embrace is doing so much work.
That's why we love C9. They can extend the game by giving Fnatic an edge.
Was it Brasco who said, as long as C9 play Dota, I'm never gonna get bored?
That's very, very true. Notel, the toss, throwing in the Shaman. He can go in for the Hex. Doesn't want to go for the Shackles, however. Not while Eternal Envy's there. The cooldown's up in 1 second time, and maybe Envy feels like he can go for KOXY. Mushy, not gonna happen.
I'm not sure about that tossing in your Shadow Shaman, as he's one of the slowest heroes in Dota. He has 2 armor, and he has no items. Well, of course he gets to disable on the enemy, but what then?
Radiant's middle tower is
maybe you felt like
attack.
the Ether Shock was going to do a little bit more work, or...
Yeah, I think they needed the Shadow Fiend to deal more damage if they were going to kill something there, but too hard, and the mech is coming up now in just 20 seconds. So that could actually have made a difference there.
Yep. Then actually moving underneath the towers this early on would have been useful. Another smoke by Fnatic, and again they're going to walk over to Cloud9. This time though, no Invis hero, but it's a double damage bo2 that very wisely didn't turn around. That's the first reveal of the Blink Dagger from the Tiny, and they only get the kill on the Wisp.
Yeah, that's still very good though, because you want to go on those targets that you can instantly burst as a Tiny. So Wisp, that's the easiest one that you can find on the entire C9. You could probably still burst, well, potentially the Bane. And then after, the other heroes are actually up at 1200 HP, so they're kind of hard to kill. Bane also is a very tanky hero as a support, especially when you skill into stats as he is too.
I'm wondering if Mushy is going to get concerned about the Beastmaster. Oh, okay, KYXY, Blink, Avalanche, Toss.
One shot.
Yep, there goes your Bane. That's the Wombo combo.
KYXY is actually finding a lot of initiations here. Really good for them. They're going to get the mid tower. Goes the way of Mushy.
Patel, relocate. They're going to the bottom lane. Again, Kerchik just seems to be the cannon fodder for the gyrocopter.
I mean, that's a sad role to have. You're like the Shadow Shaman, and you're like, yeah, I need to split push a lane. Against the Storm, a Wisp, a Beastmaster, the Hawk. You're not going to be happy against this.
Yeah. But the rest of Fnatic will be very, very happy. Like, this Tiny's getting a lot more momentum. Having that Blink Dagger is a good start. But at the same time, I'm wondering if the mana pool is going to be enough. Like, I was looking over at Fada, he's already got his level 2 Necro book. You're talking about disadvantages up against like a hero like Clockwork, as he's now going to just go for the Raw, going to follow the mana. The Boars, the Cold Embrace will keep Ohio alive, but then again, only for a little bit longer. Yep, those Necro units are not giving up the fight. In fact, now they just turn over to Johnny as he's out of his Arctic Burn. They don't get a kill though.
At least it forces both these heroes to back to base, so that's a lot of space created by Fada. He didn't get the kill, but he forced reactions, and he was very close to killing them.
Yeah. To get back to my point, I'm wondering if Mushy is worried that he won't have a mana pool when these Necro units come in. Like, when you think about it, you're popping off your mech, which is 225, which is almost half of his mana right now, and he's going to die. The inscript from Mushy, Kerchik needs to get that Hex off. He's able to do so, freeing Mushy, and again sacrificing himself for the greater good. A lot more support comes in, Clockwork hookshot off target, and now they can't catch up to Eternal Envy.
Yeah, and they see them as well. They had an Observer Ward there, and their sentry just died, so they had to place a new one to kill the ward. Oh man, that was... If that hook latch, maybe they could have got a nice kill there. But as you said, Shadow Fiend, he is a very important target here for the mana burn. So if you go on him with the Necrobooks, you might disable the mech in a team fight, and that is huge.
Yep, that means Cloud9 can get the advantage. Even though they don't have a mech of their own, it doesn't really matter at this point.
Yeah, other than that, I would say putting in the Necrobooks to chase after someone like Shadow Shaman or Winter Wyvern is a very good target as well. Because these heroes can't really do much. They have to run away, and they're also very slow.
Well, let it get. Shadow Shaman could just throw down the Mass Serpent wards, let off your shock, and then shackle someone. You've done your work.
Yeah.
He's almost like what Venomancer used to be. It's like, I get a Blink Dagger, I jump in, I throw on my ultimate, and I'm done. Like, I don't care if I die at that point, I've done what I need to do for my team.
It's a little bit harder to do all these things, so when you don't have Blink as a Shadow Shaman, to get in, throw your wards, hex someone, Ether Shock, and shackle someone, to do all those things before someone messes with you is extremely hard. That's a tough order. So
we might have a little bit of an answer to the Necro books. There's already 2 Arcane Boots up on Fnatic, 16 minutes in.
Very common to see it actually in this patch, is just a double mana boot so that you have the sustainability to keep going. And these C9 smoke up here. What are they gonna go for? Are they gonna wrap around mid? Because there is some pressure being added there.
Well, bo2, well, he actually started making the move towards the shot, but yeah, it's the move up towards the mid. The Mass Serpent wards are already down. Right on top of that tier 2 tower, but Johnny hiding on the high ground, and they do find one. It's Fada, the Raw, he'll get it off. KYXY, he's still stuck there for the moment, and the hook shot down Ohio, controlling up this Beastmaster. No-Tail's keeping him alive with the tree lines until finally they bring him down. Oh, the Storm Spirit, bo2 going to work, but it's Eternal Envy with the triple kill. He just turned on the flag cam. The cooldown position was perfect.
It's so hard to fight against that early on. If the Winter Wyvern could have gone his ulti off on the Beastmaster right after he popped the Necrobooks, they could have won that fight. But he was holding it on and using it later in the fight. That was a tough fight, but C9, perfect time to smoke up.
Radiant's middle tower is
they get the
attack.
advantage because of it. Fnatic, I really thought KYXY at one point was going to like counter push that. But then again, what do you get? You take the fight, but you don't take the tower. The Necro units timed out too early, and they don't have the pushing power.
Yeah, they didn't manage to transition it into some push, but at the same time, they killed Mushi once again. They're getting more and more momentum over their gyrocopter, who did not die. So I think they're still fine with this. And when they have their BKB on gyrocopter, or if he wants to go for a full Sanjiasha, which some people do as well, they might be able to push harder.
Mushi trying to find a couple more souls. At the same time, Fader, he doesn't have Necro units for 20 seconds, but he does have Roar off cooldown. So with the boar, just being a little bit more intimidating towards Mushi.
Yeah, just running around here and showing how he is putting pressure into the enemy jungle, resulting in all of Fnatic moving down here.
I actually love the way like Fada backed up straight away after the Clockwork rocket flare, and she took out his Hawk. The Hawk was sitting back on the tree line a little bit further to the north of where Mushi was, watching to see the Fnatic rotation.
Yeah.
And he saw it and lost it.
Definitely. So,
Dire's bottom
some pressure
tower is
here,
under
but they
attack.
might just back off. I don't think Fnatic should force this. C9 are very strong in every single fight that they have taken here, and they're smoking up again, looking for the fight. They want it, for sure.
They're getting aggressive. Send the Hawk down first. See what you can find in the tree line. They're not going to find him there, however, as Fnatic have backed up. 2 raids is being used by SF.
They're on their tracks. They can see them now. I actually saw the shadow.
bo2, long jump. He goes for Mushi, and then the ulti, controlling up the Storm Spirit. They're going to bring down bo2 to turn him in a horrible position. Ohio locks him into blade mail. He was killing himself, and with the mass open was at the perfect positioning. No-Tel going to relocate himself away to safety, while the Roar might come out from Fada, trying to buy a little bit more space for Necro units to kill off Kerchik. They can't even get that. Misery at least can nightmare up KYXY, so they can't chase down that front. Beta will be able to TP himself out to safety, but No-Tel, he comes back to the graveyard that was the Gyro and the Storm's corpses.
Hey man, what was that about the instant disable against Storm? So hard to play Storm. You can't jump in like that. When you jump in and don't see the entire enemy team, if you get frozen in that stuff, I mean, Mushi just killed him instantly. So C9, they were stretching to catch anyone there, but when Storm jumps that far, his team is just not with him.
There was the 2 cores as well. Like, it wasn't just the Storm Spirit getting locked down. Like, yes, he died very quickly, but it was the hook shot that came in from Ohio that then isolated Eternal Envy. Yeah, he turns on the Blade Mail, and Envy doesn't have BKB yet, so he could not stand where he was. He did the damage unwillingly into the Clockwork.
Yeah, Blade Mail Clockwork early against the Gyrocopter is one of the best things. Also against Leshrac, against these heroes, it is so amazing to have. Now we're gonna see, they did again not really take any major objective here. Sure, it's just one team fights right and left, but very important heroes dying, as you said, Storm and Gyrocopter.
Yep. The 2 big ones going down, the experience and gold being spread out now, and this means that the Tiny, like, he's up to level 11, but more importantly, is just over 1,000 gold away from having the Aghanim Scepter. So you start getting into the later portion of this game with the pushing power the Tiny offers. You win one fight, you take an objective if the Tiny survives.
Yeah, late game is very scary from Fnatic. Tiny is one of those heroes that I fear the most going into any late game, because he can quickly just turn a team fight, one team fight into an entire mega creep. Like, if you fight outside your base and lose, you might just be done for.
Fnatic just flew a smoke out to the bot lane. It was scouted out by the Beastmaster Hawk, but the TP is already coming to the mid. Eternal Envy doesn't really want a bar of it. Fada is still pushing up the top lane.
Envy needs his BKB. He needs to back out. They can't really fight yet. And Fada, as you said, he's pushing top. Just, I think, he cancel his TP here as well. So now managing to pressure some.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
This is a lot of pressure to a tier 2 tower. They need to react to it now.
Necro units can be triggered, but you got Mushi running in with a haste rune. So we can mop up Necro units as well if you're searching for the cash. And his BKB is only 20 gold away.
Yeah, you have to be careful when playing a Beastmaster Necro build, because every Necro unit, of course, 200 gold each. So definitely don't want to feed that.
It's good cash.
Yeah, it's almost as important as hero kills, honestly.
Bottom lane, bo2, Blink, Avalanche, hook shot in as well. They'll keep him controlled. Is it long enough? No!
Wow. Just barely not able to get the Avalanche and Toss at the same time when it deals more damage from the Avalanche doing so. But yeah, the chain disabled him for a very long time, just not enough though. Damage was lacking.
There was the one charges as well that kept him alive. He had a high amount of them too. But with that kill, Tiny would have had his Aghanim. He's going to wait a little bit longer. There's your BKB now up for Eternal Envy. So Clockwork won't be able to do what he did during the last fight. So Ohio's going to be maybe looking for a different target. maybe I don't want to say it's been worthwhile going for the Beastmaster, but is it actually
Dyer's
worthwhile
middle
if you can
tower is
soak up
under
a
attack.
large amount of time with the Necro units and the Roar of Beastmaster?
As the Clockwork, I think you should always go for the Bane and the Wisp from now on.
Okay.
Because these two, like Wisp is a little bit hard because if he has the
Dyer's
tether
middle
ready,
tower is
he
under
can tether
attack.
away. Mid tower, get built down here.
It's the Mass Serpent Ward push.
Uh,
Cloud9 know they can't do anything about this.
They're trying to wrap
Dyer's
around the same
middle
way they
tower
did
has
last time,
fallen.
but they're just not in time this time around.
I'm actually waiting for for Fnatic to wait for the greed of Cloud9 to farm up the wards.
Oh, they
That's
saw
what I actually feel like they're waiting for.
They saw the 1 TP top. They saw the 1 TP top from Shadow Fiend, and now they're trying to take a Roshan from that. They have extremely good vision around the Roche Pit.
Clockwork Rocket's coming down though, and this is going to reveal the fact that Roshan's being done.
They don't have a mech. They're so low HP on Fada.
The smoke is there from Fnatic. Hook shot down, and he goes into the Necro unit. He didn't actually hit a real hero. It's only going to be that little Necro unit that just continues to chase and burn off the mana hero of Ohio. Johnny's trying to slow it down, but the Avalanche toss. They catch out Misery, who brains that back. A lot of that damage, which was dealt with Eternal Envy with the BKB call down position. Johnny, he embraced himself. Where's the damage? KOX by the Fiend's Grip. He's the first one. Actually, not the first one. He's one of 3, about to be one of 4 to go down. Cloud9, that's the fight they wanted.
Yeah, and now they can easily take Roshan as well. They have earn charges. Everyone is alive. That was clutch positioning from Bane. Misery has played so good during this TI, and he was at maximum range away there when he was channeling this.
And Cloud9, exactly what they needed to, I don't say finish this game. They're still a long way from doing
Oh
that.
yes, of course.
Even when
It is C9 we're talking
To the
about.
It is. Even when you think this game is over, there's still another light of hope for either team.
Yeah, but that fight was very crucial. And now with the Blink Dagger as well on Beastmaster and some more items being finished up on the side of C9, they will have the Glimmer Cape very soon here on Bane as well. And make it much more harder for Fnatic. Because Fnatic's side, you can't rely on the BKB on Shadow Fiend to feel protected and safe. There's still the Roar, there's still the Fiend script. You know, like these things you cannot really buy protection from. You have to play well in the team fight, execute well.
Johnny was trying to predict one of these aggressive Observer Wards from Cloud9, but doesn't get it. Instead, Cloud9, there's a little bit of pressure in the mid, but they've all just backed up.
I like
Continue
the
their
wards.
farming, finish up the Bloodstone on Bone7, and just do the work.
Yeah, I like the words by C9. If you look at the 2 words around the Roche Pit, they were just put down, you know, they were predicting that we're going to kill Roche soon. We should have good vision ready for when we are going to do so. And they were completely correct, and that definitely helped them.
This means actually you burn 3 Sentry Wards of Fnatic, because they end up throwing all, like, there's 3 Sentry Wards inside the Radiant Jungle searching for the 1 obs of Cloud9, and they could not get it, because it doesn't exist. But now Tiny at least has his money. There's your Aghanim Scepter timing at 25 minutes in for the Tiny.
Yeah, which is very fine for him. The only downside is that he's running mana boots, and it's not going to be that impressive. His attack speed is not very, he doesn't have a Wisp with him, so the Aghanim is up, yes, but I still feel he needs more items before it becomes a dangerous thing in a team fight. Pushing, it's still fine.
Yep, I can concur. Is Cloud9 grouping up again? They must have burned through so many smokes, and they're going to do so again. So Misery, Bone7
They
as
have
well
2
as
Glimmer
Fada.
Capes.
Yes.
I saw someone was asking, like, why don't we see Pipe anymore? And the response was just, oh, look at me, I have a Glimmer Cape. That's basically how this patch is feeling. Glimmer Cape is just such a good item.
And Cloud9 are ready to fight. Demon Edge over on Gyro. The damage dealing is going to get bigger and bigger. And with those Glimmer Capes you were mentioning, it's going to be easier to find these initiations and pickoffs.
Oh,
Kerchik's moving back
that
to see
Shadow
him.
Shaman.
But
Radiant's
he's underneath the tier 3 tower. They jump down for Johnny. They actually isolate him out. So Bone7 takes out Kerchik while Johnny being controlled. The hook shot down. He actually locks them all in with KYXY. But Eternal Envy with a BKB up and running. He is ripping apart Ohio and KYXY. The double buybacks are hidden for Fnatic. They're trying to get something back out of this fight.
3 buybacks.
Which will be Eternal Envy. And the Mass Serpent was trapping him, the Storm Spirit. But he's back to the world of living in just a moment. They need the instant shackles. They've got it on Bone7. A Hex in
He's
1
gonna get
second.
out.
It's too long. He just jumps north, east, and east again. Bone7 burning all the mana to survive.
Wow, the triple buybacks forced, though. I think C9 are still happy, despite the fact that they lost Envy, lost Radius, and Wisp dying. That is such a big economic damage to dealt. But quick reaction from Fnatic to actually say, we are going to fight this. We're going to try and turn this around. But costly to do so.
Especially, like, Maybe if we were like 10 minutes in and you had a fight in that position, you could understand it because the cost would be so low.
Yeah.
But now your buyback's on cooldown. It was a quick buyback as well, so their next death time is going to be even longer.
Yeah, that's true. At least the Shadow Fiend did not die. If the Shadow Fiend died there, that would be a disaster for Fnatic. But already, they're gonna have to struggle to recover from this. They need to get out on the field and start taking the fight to C9.
They do want the heroes to do that, though.
Yeah. Right now, C9 have such good vision, though. With the Hawk, with the aggressive ward on the temple, on the top part of the map. They're just hard to get out to.
Just give it some time. Cloud9 will push eventually. Then you'll be able to counter initiate in and just keep your farm going in the meantime.
There is a Bloodstone now on the I'm gonna say off lane Storm. He was safe lane, but he was also solo against the dual lane, so
yeah,
it's a sacrificial Storm.
Maybe this is their moment, so Fnatic don't want to wait. They TP in towards the top lane. Ohio's the man, the extra man to come in. It's like Mushi's also building in for a Lincoln Sphere as his item choice. And they're going to use him as bait.
I think it has to. BKB Lincoln is probably the build in this game, looking over to C9's heroes. Smart itemization. I don't think he can go for anything else. Manta style maybe, but that's still not going to save you.
So aggressive ward, just in the top river for Fnatic. They don't really have any other vision across the map.
No-Tail has only purchased some form of boots in 3 of his 6 games on Wisp in this patch. So in 3 of his games he has been bootless, like he is in this game.
Yeah.
It's kind of fun to watch, actually. I guess inventory slots are really important for Wisp. That's the main reasoning. And also, you're saving some gold. You don't really need boots if you're always tethering to people. Very true.
Out of interest, okay, never mind. Sorry, Eternal Envy was just standing in the middle lane, and the courier was standing there next to him with his 2 javelins.
With a double javelin.
With his double javelins. Well, as you relocate, they just go in, and well, the Shadow Fiend did not survive long. At the same time, Misery's running away with the Glimmer Cape.
Tough to split push against a Beastmaster who has Boots Travel, Blink, and Necrobook. He can always catch out.
Vader, he can jump in with a Blink. Hookshot was nice as well, and he'll be tossed to his own death while they do manage to actually lock down bo2. It was that Winter's Curse doing his work, but now Kerchik has to be embraced up. The mass overlords are there, but they're doing nowhere near enough damage to even make C9 scared of them.
Yeah, definitely not. C9 are just terrifying in these team fights. They went first on a Beastmaster, but he already expended all his skills on top lane. He didn't have Necrobook anymore, he didn't have ulti, so you're basically going on a hero that's not going to do anything anyway in this team fight.
Yep.
They were hoping for a pick and run, but bo2 did not let them have it.
This is one of these games where Cloud9, they're in just such a fantastic position that if they lost it, I don't know what I would do. But they are in such a great position. The Gyro's getting all the damage. He's got his immunity up and running. The Storm Spirit's in a very nice position too, with Bloodstone and starting up onto his BKB. No-Tail's got every item a Wisp would really want to have apart from Boots, but even then that's not it. Envy actually jumping in for him. No-Tail, he doesn't actually have enough mana to keep him alive, but KOXY Envy doesn't even need it. He just chases after him. Ohio with a comp push, pushing back bo2.
Yeah, they don't have anything to keep chasing here. C9 gonna back out in the end. Fnatic tried to get there, but the Glimmer Cape onto Envy there as he was initiated upon by the Avalanche. Nice save.
Meanwhile on the bottom lane, Fada's trying to do it solo.
Look at that split push power, and he doesn't actually get the deny with Mushi, so Fada claiming that gold.
He's having such a fantastic game as a Beastmaster. Blink BTs and level 3 Necrobook still with 1800 gold up his sleeve. He could even build the Assault Cuirass for his team if he wants to.
Yeah, Assault Cuirass next would be amazing, so I think that's definitely what he's going to go into. You have some options as well. If you want to go into Hex, that's possible, but I don't think you need to in this game.
They're trying to use Mushi as bait.
Yeah.
Like Fnatic were doing this, like they did it very obviously in their first series that we got to cast in the mainstream, which was actually their second series of TI. Like,
yeah.
You just throw one on the front and 4 sit behind. But it's just so obvious that they're doing it.
It does become obvious, and C9 have also used the entirety of the map very well in this game. If you look at how they have been farming their own jungle, the enemy jungle, and push the side lanes really far, it's very confident. Top lane, Ketchik, he always just farms and pretends that he has people behind him.
Oh, Misery. Glimmer Cape in to the Fiend script. Even the 4-star won't be able to help, and he will die on this top lane. I also want to flag the fact that Black will be very, very happy. Former TI player and also coach of MVP. Eternal Envy using drum charges to farm inside the jungle.
Radiant's top tower
well,
is
you
under
can speed
attack.
up your farm any way you can. He still has 2 charges for next team fights, so as long as he doesn't use up all his charges when he's farming, I think that's a wise choice. But I'm not sure about this Shadow Shaman. Last time we saw Fnatic play it as well, same thing was happening a lot. Split pushing lanes and getting caught out doing so. Because he's just aggressively pushing and, you know, it's an easy kill.
Should also flag the fact that Black was doing it when he played the Gyrocopter, just to hide the fact that he forgot to use the drum charges during the team fights.
Yeah.
Small reason why. Alright, so where does Mushy go from here? You got BKB as well as mech up. Do you try and find damage? Is it worthwhile going for positioning into Requiem? Or, okay, so the Lincoln Sphere is done.
Yeah,
but,
I mean, the
like,
Lincoln
what's
Sphere
next?
was, I think, Blink after that. If you have BKB and Lincolns and mech, I think you need to go Blink, but it does make him very utility-based, and it relies heavily on the physical damage coming from Tiny, who has mana boots. So there is some lack of synergy in this itemization, but I don't know what else he's meant to do. It's very hard to say. After the Lincoln's build, I think Blink is necessary.
So Higher finishes up the Solar Crest at the exact same time. Sparta will do the same. She also flagged the fact we got again our Pinoy strat. We've got 2 couriers out for Cloud9, 1 basic donkey. He was watching Roshan and also carrying Gen back and forward.
Turns into a basic donkey if you use it with your already used courier. Where is it? No cosmetics.
Roshan has
So,
fallen to the
Roshan,
dire.
Aegis onto the sacrificial storm as Envy doesn't really need it. He feels very safe, protected by No-Tail all the time. And even if he doesn't have the highest HP possible, he has very, very good armor and he has the BKB available.
Yep, and that full butterfly.
And Glimmer Cape, of course, always nearby as they have 2 of them.
He's actually bought the entire butterfly now. So we're adding evasion, everything to Envy. It's difficult. And
Now also
BT's
is so
being
much
used.
DPS.
Fada is moving himself across the map. But he won't find the pickoff. Again, Kerchik. This time he TP's back out before Fada's going to arrive.
Yeah, he's gonna live this time, but I'm not sure how much they're actually getting out of all this split push that Rasta has been doing, because he died 10 times this game, and he only managed to scratch up like 3.8k net worth. That's not too much. Oh wow, just looking at this Gyrocopter now, the DPS that he has using the MKB Butterfly, of course the BKB treads, he just hits so hard and fast.
Hook shot up top lane. Well, waiting for this one. Nice. Relocate's coming in. They're going to try and protect Fada. He gets the roar off over on the Tiny, but No-Tail! They control him! It was the Winter's Curse. KOXY will still die for this one. Eternal Envy with a double kill, and it's about to become a triple one. He's actually running past Johnny. He'll still take the triple kill into the cooldown overall. Would you believe it? Kerchik Himba. It's not a fight unless he dies. Into the tree line.
Oh, he has no
bo2's
TP.
right behind him. He knows he's dead. He had 4 stuff off cooldown at 1 second time, and they will deny the quad kill for Gyro.
Man, even when they get that pretty quick pick there on Beastmaster, he gets out the roar, which actually was so crucial for him there. The Tiny was stopped. Oh man. And even if No-Tail died very quickly there, you could just see how powerful the Gyrocopter is coming into that. And of course the Storm is doing really well. Confident with
Radiant's
this
top
Aegis.
tower is under attack.
Does it all by himself.
I like how he's hitting towers. Well, battle region, but whatever.
He's just here for the creep wave. Give it some momentum. Bane's also at the point where he could... Okay, he just bought something else.
Vladimir's.
Yep. Vladimir's offering. Helm of the Dominator is also being purchased up now for Eternal Envy, so he's got lifesteal to add to this Gyrocopter.
Plenty of lifesteal actually, as the Vladimir's of course works for range heroes as well now. So this is really nice.
I was actually waiting for Misery to pick up something like a Blink Dagger instead.
Yeah, the Blink Dagger would be a possible build, but I think his positioning is already so good that he can just rely on the Glimmer Cape to get himself where he needs to be, and then he will just be there with the Vladimir, skip the aura to him.
7, long jump, and hello, Kerchik. And goodbye, Kerchik. 4-star. Actually, no, he lives.
It lives.
With the 1 charges.
Yeah, never
new day.
underestimate. That's the good thing when a Storm jumps you. He's gonna give you tons of 1 charges as he jumps around over and over again. And managing to just barely live.
Only just. Looks like they're going to lose their Observer Ward Cloud9 inside their own jungle, but the defensive Hill Ward from Fnatic trying to see when Cloud9 are going to initiate in. Difficult to predict, however, when you're going to relocate and a Storm jumping.
Yeah, true. The
And
Storm...
a Beastmaster TPing into his own Hawk.
Exactly. The amount of pickup power that C9 have makes it very, very difficult for Fnatic to play this kind of split-pushing game. And hey, that might be C9 just reading into how Fnatic have been playing, because they like doing this. They like having one support pushing out a lane really far on his own, and punishing that is something that C9's lineup is customized and tailored to do. It's perfect.
bo2 showing himself again in the mid, and so is Mushy. And bo2 he's worried again that Mushy is the bait.
Yeah.
Hilariously enough, this time he wasn't. There was only Kerchik behind him, and he wasn't going to be able to do much to save him.
That's the good part about baiting a lot. It's when the enemy team is going to have a hard time predicting if it's actually a bait or if it's just you being off on your own.
TP back. Tiny has now completed up his BKB for the next fight. What else have we got from Ohio? Like, it's still just Solar Crest as well as Blade Mail, but there's still a lot of armor.
Tower is under attack.
And you got level 2 Mass Serpent Wards, a Demon Edge over on the SF, so he's found some damage, but no buyback available.
He needs the MKB really badly against the Gyrocopter, because who else is going to kill him? I don't see who's going to kill the Gyrocopter completely, especially if the Wisp is left alive.
Yeah. You basically need that Wisp dead straight away, and that's why they're baiting it out with an illusion. bo2 in the tree line, and yep, that illusion actually gets both the Avalanche and the Toss Blink from Tiny. And that means Envy wants to try and fight at this point with the call down into Black Cannon. Tiny just gets crippled, so does Kerchik Himba. There are the two squishiest ones he could find, and they will take the top racks with the Necro units down.
I mean, Windwyvern just dives with Black Cannon alone. Storm just trading space, just dives in. Yes, just still.
Yep.
Radiant's top barracks have fallen.
But they can move. They just move in towards the mid. bo2. Like, there goes your Aegis, the Immortal now being reclaimed. They interrupt the regeneration with the rocket, so he doesn't get the full life back again.
Yeah, but the Urn keep them up as well. They got so many.
There's your Avalanche toss with the BKB. bo2 jumps down and out again with the Glimmer Cave, but it's a feed strip from Misery, perfectly catching the Tiny. Ohio stranded inside of his own cost. Mushy trying to do as much damage to Envy as he can. Envy wasn't even hitting Mushy. He was just attacking into the rack. Ohio dragged back by bo2. bo2 is still very, very low, but it's enough to get the kill. Triple kill, and this really is game. They will move to the bottom racks, but what else? There's like nothing Fnatic can do.
No, they only have Windwyvern with his ulti here. He's got to try to do something. They could buy back to Xiaofin, but this game is completely done. Last attempt comes here.
Here it is, the TP out to the front lines. bo2, Kerchik can't reach him. He may as well just throw down these Mass Serpent Wards. They control Eternal Envy as long as they possibly can. Cold Embrace, but then a relocate saved out by Notel. Bringing it back up. bo2 did a 200 life, but he just doesn't care. The Jara is doing the work. The Flood Cannon again killing off Kerchik. And there's the GG. Eternal Envy ends with 23-10 being the KDA. A very solid game for Cloud9 and a solid victory, which wasn't lost.
Yeah, and they played very controlled the entire game. 23-10 is really, really strong, as you said. Man, that is some impressive performance by C9. The way they work together with the Beastmaster and Wisp, I really love that game.
And it was wonderful synergy, exactly what the Cloud9 fans would like to see. Of course, Fnatic fans are out there and they'll be cheering for their team. They'll be coming back in just a moment for game number 2. In the meantime, we'll head over to the analyst.